Stop looking for proof while the seed is still underground. So this is part of the healing journey that so many people get caught up in, and you do all the work and you do all of these things and you don't see any evidence of it straight away. And that's where we can fall into the trap of going back to the old ways, of just walking away from this because it's not working. Nothing really works anyway. That was always an underlying belief of mine. Nothing works anyway, so what's the point? So we have these belief systems that are underneath everything that we're doing. And we also have this impatience, like we live in this society where everything's instant, and we expect that we're going to have instant results. But it's like going to the gym, you can't go to the gym once and expect to have the body that you want. So your inner growth is like muscles that you actually have to build, and you have to train, you have to become disciplined in. So the healing is that, your healing process is a journey of continuing. And especially when it gets really tough and you think, oh, what the fuck, I've had enough of this. I'm not doing this anymore because it's just not working, and quite often we quit just before the miracle happens. It's when we get to that point of frustration because we're not seeing the results, and, why is this not working? And just like everything else. And quite often we'll quit just before the miracle happens. And that's been one of my patterns also. And so I'd manifest something huge in my life, like something physical major, not small things, big things, so that I wouldn't have to get to the other side of those excuses and everything that I was making to not get to the next level. And it's only been in the last few months, a few weeks actually, to be honest, I've actually let that go. I've let go of all of my excuses, and I'm just trusting the universe absolutely, totally to bring me that which is mine by divine right. And my gosh, the miracles are unfolding. And so that's just part of the journey. It's like, a farmer, he plants his seed and he nurtures that seed, and he doesn't tug at it as soon as the shoots come out of the ground. He nurtures it and he waters it and he feeds it, and he, because a lot of the growth happens in the dark. A lot of the growth happens, in your subconscious mind that you're not even aware that it's going. But also what happens too is it's a cumulative effect. You might be working on one area of your life, maybe it's to do with your childhood or something like that, and another area is simultaneously being healed at the same time. So we never know, don't think that your healing journey is not working, because it is. Don't be pushing for the evidence too soon. It's again about, this is the greatest journey of trust, as the journey to self-love, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, knowing that everything that you're doing is having an effect. It has a cumulative effect, and it might take a long time to show up, or it might show up immediately. It might show up as a really big thing, or it might show up as a massive breakthrough, or it might come as something really quiet and subtle, like a realization. It's like, oh well, that's not triggering me anymore, or I don't feel this way about that anymore. So it's a beautiful journey, but again, don't be pushing too hard for the evidence before it happens, and don't quit before the miracle happens. And again, this is where the 9D breath work for me has taught me that patience. It's taught me that patience with myself. It's taught me to show up for myself. I'm like, it's just become part of who I am. Every morning, first thing I do when I wake up is put my headphones on and do my breath work before I even get out of bed. So that I know that I'm setting up my day, I'm setting up my mindset, I'm setting up my energy field, and everything flows from there. It doesn't mean you don't have bad days, but it just means that you've got a tool that you can reframe really fast, and you can rebalance. So there's a journey there. There's a link there for 2-week free trial with the app. It's mind blowing. There's a 5-minute experience that I've put in there. Put the headphones on and just see how you feel after 5 minutes breathing. And there's also a link there for our community. We've got over 30,000 like-minded people all around the world that are doing this work, and it's growing. It's growing every day. It's getting bigger and bigger every day. So, it can't be not working if there's that many people jumping on board from all over the world, and lives are changing everywhere. So check out the app, check out the 5-minute experience, jump into the community, and have a beautiful, magical day just being you. And just know that everything that you're doing, all of the seeds that you're planting, they will have their harvest, and that harvest will come in the perfect time.